Hey, good morning. What's poppin'? This your boy Jay the Comedian. How y'all doing today? Oh man, it's a beautiful day. I'm feeling good today. I hope y'all are too. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about Jehovah Witness disfellowshipping. Have you ever really sat down and just deeply thought about the entire process of it? From beginning to end. Like, let's start at the very beginning. 3 elders judging you. Can you think of anywhere in the Bible where Jehovah gave a human the ability to judge another human? Now, there have been times in the Bible where Jehovah gave them the ability to discipline another human. Like, for example, Moses had the ability to call forth plagues and whatnot. But then again, it wasn't really Moses calling forth the plagues. He called them, but Jehovah answered. You know, he's the one who made it dark, and he sent a couple. Hey God, can you send a couple million locusts over? Yeah, the Pharaoh, he's still tripping, man. He ain't learned his lesson yet. You know, and God will come through for him. Moses didn't literally have the power to call forth locusts. He did it through Jehovah, according to the Bible or whatever, right? So Jehovah gave the people who he wanted to do certain things the type of power in which you could not deny that he was with God, right? I don't see elders with that power at all, because there's something inherently wrong with imperfect men judging imperfect men. Do we need it? Yes. Does it happen? Yes. But this is the thing. Jehovah Witnesses got it wrong. The fact that the 2-witness rule is even a thing shows you how wrong they got it. Now, people outside of the organization, when they judge somebody, they do something called an investigation with people whose job it is to get to the truth and investigate stuff. And that's how they use and work their life. They find out, they follow the evidence wherever it takes, whatever it teaches them, wherever it takes them. If it takes them to a fact that they weren't expecting, then boom. Sorry, but we weren't expecting this, but this is what it is. It'll either prove them to be innocent or prove them to be guilty. What did the Jehovah Witnesses do? Well, was it 2 people that saw you? No. Sorry, we can't do anything. They would get laughed out of every single courtroom in America. Your Honor, yes, we have one person that said he definitely did it and was able to describe the time and everything about it, but it's only one person. We have nobody else, Your Honor. We have to let my client go. Does that sound right to you, or does that sound stupid? It's stupid. And anybody who put forth that type of judgment should not be allowed to judge anybody. So at the very onset of a judicial committee, the Jehovah Witnesses got it all wrong. Now let's say, okay, let's go forward and disfellowship somebody. First off, you have imperfect people, once again, judging other people. If Jehovah was mad at somebody and upset with somebody, you should be able to go to the Jehovah and Jehovah disseminate what needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? But this is not what happened. 3 sometimes biased men can come up with whether or not somebody should or should not get disfellowship. Now, when somebody does get disfellowship, this is probably what should happen. Okay, you disfellowship, you've lost Jehovah's grace. From now on, you're out of Jehovah's grace. You can't hold the mics. You can't clean up the Kingdom Halls anymore. You can't give any more donations. You can't go out of field service. You can't do anything regarding the Jehovah Witness organization. But you can still hang out with your family and friends, though, you know. Of course, why? I wouldn't take that away, you know. Because this is why you should do that. When you take away all their spiritual things, right? All the things that they can do spiritually, and you leave them with their family and their friends, they would have to come back because they missed those spiritual things. That's the only way you come back to Jehovah. If you want to really come back to Jehovah, is to come back for the spiritual things. But if you're coming back because you miss your family and your friends, technically, that's not a good, acceptable reason to come back, nor should anybody be accepted back for that reason. If you want to get to, if you're really concerned with somebody trying to please Jehovah and get back good with Jehovah, what do their family and friends got to do with it at all? I mean, it just doesn't make sense when you think about it logically. You're supposed to come back for Jehovah. If you come back and you didn't really come back because you wanted to be a Jehovah's Witness and you just wanted to be with your family and friends, you'll still get destroyed in the end, right? You'll still be destroyed when the time comes, apparently, because you didn't come back for the right reasons. So my question is, why would you open the door for somebody to come back for the wrong reasons? And Jehovah's Witnesses, especially the governing body, are okay with driving people using deception and blackmail tactics to get people to come back to the organization. Or to just even get them in, especially to get them in the organization. Like, I've seen that happen 100 times, where somebody would lose a loved one, or somebody who's never been a Jehovah's Witness, they never thought about being a Jehovah's Witnesses, and if you ever came to their door, they probably slammed their door in every Jehovah's Witness face they ever met. And they passed away. And a family member is sad about them not being there no more. And the Jehovah's Witness will straight in your face tell you, you can see them again in Paradise, New Earth. In the Paradise New System, you will see them again. Knowing full and well that technically, nah, they doesn't. If you really believe in the Jehovah's Witness stuff, you know they're not going to be there. So why are you trying to sell that to people just so you can get them in? That's why you try to sell it to people. You know, your old boy Tony Morris said in front of I remember actually hearing this. I don't know when it was, but I kind of remember hearing this when I was young, that if somebody is not ready for baptism, they should not get their car license, which would open the door for somebody to dedicate their life to Jehovah, not because they love Jehovah, but to get a car license. You know what I'm saying? To get a driver's license. This is the part that critical thinking needs to take place. If you're sitting there and you are told to do something, and there's other reasons to draw you away from that, you see, this is what happens in real life, okay? If I want somebody to love me, right? If it's a woman and I know she likes me, or I think she likes me, and I keep buying her things and I keep giving her money, eventually, I'm gonna wonder, do she love me or do she love the fact that I'm giving her money? You understand what I'm saying? And until she can love me without getting all the money, then you know what? That's not a good relationship, or a relationship that's worth having, because the motivation has to be correct in certain things. So if you're going to kick somebody out of your organization for not loving God, the motivation for them to come back should be to love God, not because they love their family and friends. I could love my family and friends and still dislike your God. I'm living proof of that, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you disfellowship somebody, their family and friends should not even be mentioned, or a reason for somebody to come back. They shouldn't even be up for grabs. Somebody's personal relationship with God should be between them and God. It shouldn't be, well, you know, if you leave God, you leave your family. What? Where they do that at? Does that make sense to you? That don't make sense to me. So as long as there's an open door for somebody to come back, not because they love God, but because they love their family, like purely because they love their family, then you got to look at the whole disfellowshipping process in a new light. Trigger word, new light. Bigger point. People know what their reasons are for doing certain things. If your reason is to be happy and be with God, you could do that without your family being there. Probably should do that without your family being there, if that's the reason you want to give. If that's the real reason you want to follow, okay, cool. Go with that reason. But why is that a disciplinary tactic? I'll tell you why. Not because they really want people to come back because they love Jehovah. They know that's the one thing that they have in their arsenal that actually hurts. That's the one thing they have that brings forth actual pain. The one disciplinary tool that they can legally use against you that will hurt you enough to bend to their will. That's why they disfellowship people and take away their family and friends. Because the only other reason, the reason they give you is, oh, we want to keep the congregation clean and we want to do all that. Well, you want to keep the congregation clean, you probably should tell people that there's, predators inside the congregation. If you want to keep the congregation clean and safe. You know what I'm saying? But their concern isn't keeping the congregation clean and safe. It's to keep the congregation brainwashed or coerced inside. You know what I'm saying? This is very important stuff. It's very important to learn. You need to know these things, man. If I'm with a girl and we always sleep together, every time we get together, we sleeping together and stuff, and eventually I marry her, then, I love her. That's what that would mean. But if we always sleep together and she eventually is like, he ain't proposing nothing, we just doing this all the time. And she says, you know what, if you want to get married to me, we got to get married. I'm not going to be sleeping with you no more until we get married. And if she says that, and you like, okay, well, then I'll propose then, how is she going to really feel about that proposal that she coerced you into doing? She ain't going to feel too good about it, right? Like, you have to do stuff on your own. And if you're put in an environment where your choice of doing it on your own is taken from you, or it could be construed that way, you got to think about that organization. Is that organization doing the right thing? Because in my eyes, it should be very simple. If you love Jehovah, then all right. It shouldn't matter whether or not, your family ain't talking to you. Like, if you love Jehovah, it shouldn't matter. You know what I mean? Your family shouldn't even come up in the conversation. But they always take you. Boy, that's the one, like I say, that's the one thing that they can use to actually hurt you. The one thing, and it hurt too. It's caused a complete change of a lot of people's lives. That one thing that they can use, and they use it with cruel intentions. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I hope y'all having a great day. I hope I ain't triggering none of y'all too much. It's your boy JD Comedian. Enjoy the rest of your day, all right? Holla Chiguala. Deuces.